right, guys. Well, we've tried to kick it off, and I'd like to say it's a good news, bad news situation, but at this moment, it's just kind of bad news. We dropped the distributor in, everything, tried to fire it up, sounded like crap, blah, blah, blah. Checked it, and I was like, what is going on? Because I can't get the distributor dropped in right. It's moving everywhere. I think the dial pin on the cam, I took the one out of the E cam and put in the X cam, but I don't know if it was not long enough or what, but I think the dial's moved. I think the timing gear's moving on the cam, so that's the only thing I can figure, because this thing is all over the place. It's actually like moving as I'm rolling it over, kind of. I'm like, so we're gonna take the timing cover off and see if that's what the situation is. If it is, well, that's, kind of good news. It's just extra work, and we're pressed for time. It just sucks. So, but that's racing. That's my own fault. So I guess we ain't got nothing to it but to do it. So yeah, motivation level low. All right, well, let me get to it. All right, guys. Well, we pulled it apart, and that's seems like I was for once I was correct on my assumption. I don't know what happened with the pin. Oh man, my nose. I don't know, but it had moved. It had allowed the timing chain to gear and everything just skipped off the cam one time, and it was I was like, what is going on? Because number 1 was basically pointing about where number 5 is on the cylinder head. So I don't know what was going on. So now I just took it apart. I put it back together, just a timing chain stuff, dropped the distributor in, rolled it around, everything staying good. The pins pushed forward into the the timing gear. I don't know what happened. That's never happened before. Not that I'm a mechanic or have changed 84 cams or anything like that, but I've done my fair share of cam swaps, and I've never had that happen. So, first time for everything. But on this channel, we show the good, which there's very little of, and we show the bad, which there's a lot of. So, there we go. The good news is I think we got it fixed. Well, at least that part of it. We don't actually know how it's going to run. So, I guess we'll cut off and get back to it, and I think we'll finish it tomorrow or something. It's been a rough day at work. Plus, my motivation's so anyway. All right, we'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, YouTubers, we're out here at the facility, and we're going to run a compression check on the LTD to try and find out which cylinder could potentially be giving us a problem before we start tearing the whole world apart. Now, people ask sometimes, hey, what'd you do, or tech tip, or this, that, and the other. So here is a tech tip right there. If you buy a traditional, regular, cheap compression checker, it typically has standard reach on it. Now, that's a problem because GT40s have a long tapered reach. So how do you get your compression checker to fit in there? Well, you go to AutoZone or Advance or Riley's or Checkers or wherever you buy your parts, and you buy a long reach spark plug non-fouler. They come 2 to a pack. They're about $5. Now that still presents the same problem. So you cut the end of it off, and what that allows is this screws in to the spark plug hole, and that screws into there. Now it'll screw into here. So you've got one piece. Now you can check compression on GT40. So that's only, some compression checkers have long reach attachments and stuff like that, some of the higher end ones, but if you're buying a cheap one from AutoZone or Harbor Freight or wherever, that's typically what you're going to run into. They don't have long reach ones that I know of, but I haven't looked that hard either. So we did wear our proper safety glasses while we cut it off, so no one freak out. But there we go. There's a tech tip. How you like that? All right, guys, the results are in, and the news is not good. We've, this is bad. So the compression test, even if the gauge isn't any good, I'm going to say a 0 is bad. Just saying. Cylinder 1 was a 60. That's bad. Cylinder 2 was 115. Cylinder 3 was 110. 4 was a 0. That's bad. 5 was 30. 6 was 125. 7 was 120. And 8 was 0. So even taking into account, if the gauge is bad, we had 4 cylinders that were whatever, 120, or let's say a 110, 115, a 120, and a 125. Those are whatever, at least they're close. Then we've got a 0, a 0, a 30, and a 60. Those are all bad. So what that means is that it looks like the heads are coming back off. Now, the short block that's in this car has a gazillion miles on it. It's like 250,000 miles. It came out of David's son's 95 GT, and we just did a little horse trading, and I ended up with the short block because I needed one for this car to get it running and get it going and everything like that. This car was never intended to be a race car. It was intended just to hoon around in, have some fun. I mean, it's got all the interior in it. It's just, you know, just to drive and just, you know, just kind of like a fun car, not to go seriously racing or chase ET with it or anything like that. It's just meant to hoon around in and just kind of be a joke car, kind of like the van in a way. Just, hey, it's fun when I drive it. It's not super fast, but it's fun and blah 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 blah. So, having said all that, it looks like the heads are going. Looks like the heads are coming back off. So, and I'll be honest, my motivation level at this point for this particular car right this minute is very low. Let's just say it's pretty much along the lines of the compression test. It's around a 0 on a couple of cylinders. So, not in too good of a mood about this, but it's like anything else. When I'm working on something and I get aggravated with it, I just kick it back to the back burner and work on something that I want to work on, something that makes me feel good. Because let's be honest, the only reason we do this is because it makes us feel good. It makes me feel good doing things the way I do them, and what I do makes me feel good. So when something's not making me feel good, I don't tend to bury myself in it. I tend to pull away from it until I calm down, until everything settles down, until my motivation regenerates itself. Now don't get me wrong, I've, like a lot of you guys, been doing this a long time, and like any journey, self-discovery is part of it. So I kind of know myself a little bit, and when I get frustrated with something, I shouldn't keep working at it until I work through it. That's just going to make me more mad until I do something impulsive or something. So the best thing is for me to just kind of push this off to the side, calm down about it, work on some other stuff. We have a lot of projects we need to work on, and circle back around to it when the motivation strikes me. Now, before the dyno thing, I had no intention of working on this car. I mean, I did, but not like right anytime super soon. So the dyno thing, it motivated me to work on it. This is a setback, and it's a motivation killer. So, but I really like the car. I love the way it looks and stuff. So, and it aggravates me when my stuff's not running. It kind of aggravates me a little bit. So I tend to focus on getting stuff back running again rather than really working on improving other stuff. I don't know. This is very complicated. So, having said that, this is going to be a short, painful video, and the fact that you guys watched the previous motor videos and we were leading up to this grand victory, it's really kind of a letdown. But you know, that's part of life. So anyway, I guess I'm going to wrap this video up. This is going to be a short one, and like I always say, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for, what can we do? Thanks for watching. Executioner. And as always, especially thanks for commenting. So until next time, on the substandard Fox body leader, nobody cry, we're not getting rid of the LTD, we're just going to circle back around to it. And by the time you guys see this video, I may have already been working on it again. I may already have the heads off and trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it, so to speak. So anyway, till next time, we'll see you guys later.